To acquire hundreds of properties for their work across the city instead of ensuring it is well secured and poses no threat to the people around. These partially demolished buildings threaten the lives of commuters. From large piles of earth and garbage left unattended by the roadside to partially demolished multi-storied buildings, Number Metro's incomplete work seems to be nothing but a disaster waiting to happen. Many have questioned BMRCL's outright negligence, which has risked their lives. Moreover, with rains in these past few days causing irreparable damages, the fate of these fragile buildings only raises questions on how safe the people around it really are.
ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಮಳೆಗಾಲ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕುಸಿಯೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮೆಟ್ರೋದವರು ಇದನ್ನ ಡೆಮಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ JCB ಇಂದ ಹೊಡೆದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗು ಹಳೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಳೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೊದಲೇ ಶಿಥಿಲಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಬೀಳೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿದ್ದು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಚಾತುರ್ಯ ನಡೆಯೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತುಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆಮಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
When asked about the partially demolished buildings and BMRCL's ignorance, the mayor responded saying they only raised the construction in the area they need, adding that the actual owner of the property is responsible for the rest of the building.
ಕಟ್ಟಡದ ಮಾಲೀಕರು ಉಳಿದ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ತೆರವುಗೊಳಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಧರ್ಧ ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ತುಂಬ ಅಪಾಯಕಾರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾನ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿದ್ದು ಯಾರ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲನ ಬಿದ್ದು ಏನಾದರೆ BBMPನ ಬ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. BBMPಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಕಟ್ಟಡದ ಮಾಲೀಕರು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಟ್ಟಡ ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಹೊಡೆದಿದ್ವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ತೆರವುಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೇರಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಈ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
But that is not all. The metro workers seem to have broken a lot of underground pipelines too. This has only added to the people's woes as the authorities concerned refuse to pay any heed to their repeated complaints.
ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಗಂತೂ ಲೆಕ್ಕನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಯಾರೂ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ನ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸುಮಾರು ತಿಂಗಳಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Number Metro was supposed to solve commuters' problems and make their life easier, but with a large majority of the work still underway, the commuters are more harassed. Maltesh, News9, Bengaluru. Have you walked into KR Market and wondered why the sight of garbage is just as common as that of fresh fruits and flowers? Why the air is always thick with an overpowering stench, or why there's very little light making its way to the trade area? Well, it's probably because of the unauthorized shops which have mushroomed in the spaces meant to prevent these things. The ever so busy KR Market is yet again clouded in controversy, and this time too, all fingers are being pointed at the BBMP. Some of the shop owners allege that the Palike has turned a blind eye to the shops which are operating in unauthorized spaces without permits. The passage you see here is one such place. It was constructed to allow proper circulation of air and also facilitate easy disposal of the garbage generated in the bustling market. Some of the shopkeepers allege that this passage will soon be used as a place of business for the flower traders.
Actually, this is from past 15 years. We have passages. Now, from past 2 years, they're covering every garbage area and converting to shops. Because shops are more demand here, especially in flower shops. Because you can see entire market, more than 50% are closed. In only flower market, it is very demand. So who is convenient to them, who is feeding them, who is giving money for them without any tender?
4 such passages were constructed in 1998 for easy garbage disposal and to allow natural light and air circulation throughout the busy market. But over time, these passages were replaced by allegedly unauthorized shops by the Palike who were hungry for funds. Moreover, it has been alleged that the shops in the previous passages were built illegally without calling for a tender. The traders now fear that BBMP's greed will lead to the loss of their last and only passage used for the disposal of garbage. When asked about it, the commissioner has stated that the situation and the passage in question will be assessed before allotting the area to any traders.
See, there is a request for allotment of a piece of land, piece of space in the KR Market, and there are 2-3 applicants who have been asking for it. We have not taken any decision to give it because there are people who are asking this space for garbage disposal. Therefore, we will take a cautious decision depending on the usage. We will allot it to the purpose for which it is required.
But the traders can't help but suspect the Palike's claim of being fair, especially by how the previous 3 passages disappeared into bustling flower shops. If the 4th passage is closed, not only will hundreds of traders in KR Market have problems in dumping garbage, but the air will also continue to be strong with its stench. Pavitra for News9, Bengaluru. News9 had reported about the drainage issue near KR Market only yesterday, and today there was action with the officials and the corporator rushing to the spot and cleaning the drain.
Yesterday, News9 had reported about the drainage issue near KR Market. The sewage water flowing there had caused inconvenience to the residents as well as vendors. Since it was sewage water, the entire area was stinking and people had a terrible time dealing with it. The street vendors were suffering a lot as the stench did not allow them to have food, and in fact it was impossible for them to stand there for their business. They did bring the issue to the notice of Palike officials and corporators, but to no avail. The issue lingered on for about 2 weeks. It has now come to light that even the traffic police had requested Palike about taking action as the situation was troubling residents immensely and constantly. But nothing positive had happened. The sewage water was flowing on the road thanks to the blockage in the drains beneath it. The silt allegedly was not cleaned for years. When we spoke to the mayor about this issue, he only blamed the metro for the mess. But today one could see action on this particular road with KR Market corporator Ashwath Narayana summoning his ward staff to fix the issue. He said that emergency funds are being used for the works.
ಅದು ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೌತ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಬರೀ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ವೆಸ್ಟು ಸೌತು ಅಂತ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಬಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದು, ನಮ್ಮ BBMP ಕೆಲಸ. ಜನರ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರ ಹಿತದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ಶನಿವಾರ ನಮ್ಮ MLA ಸಾಹೇಬರು JCಗೆ ಮತ್ತು CEಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟಾಗಿ ಸೋಮವಾರದಿಂದ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಸೇರಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ.
One part of the road had been closed as half of the road had been dug up with the help of JCB. This drain was constructed about 35 years ago and had not been cleaned up all these years. It was difficult for the staff to know where exactly the silt had blocked the drain, causing mess.
ನೀರು ಅದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಓವರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಮಳೆ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಓವರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೀರು ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರೋಡ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಈಗ ಮೇಯರ್ ಸಾಹೇಬರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸಾಹೇಬರು, MLA ಸಾಹೇಬರು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಈಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಲ್ಟಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅದು ಸಿಲ್ಟನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಸಿಲ್ಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀರನ್ನು ಫ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಮೇಡಮ್, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Well, the vendors and residents are happy to see works being undertaken finally. But what remains to be seen is with the rainy season almost here, will the remedial works last for some time, or will the issue resurface to haunt people, especially the street vendors near the market? Pavitra, News9, Bengaluru.
We'll slip into a short break now. We will bring you more news from around Bengaluru. Stay tuned.
मम्मी पापा आ रहे, देखो वरुण प्लीज ओवर रिएक्ट मत करना.
livelihood and they are being harassed by the officials. If the Chief Minister does not take action against excise officials, they are contemplating staging intense protests across the state. Maltesh for News9, Bengaluru. Well, the actress in the lead role for Uppi 2 has nearly been finalized. Upendra, who has taken measured steps before the shooting of his movie goes on floors, has reportedly been keen on Russian model Kristina Akhieva as the actress in the lead. Kristina, who has worked in the sequel of Yamla Pagla Divana, has also finished her work in a Telugu movie. Though no official confirmation is out on the same, it is learned that the Russian beauty will burn the screen opposite Uppi in Uppi 2. That's it in this edition of Big Bang. On the other side is a crime special wanted. Stay tuned.